Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, renowned for his impact on hip-hop, entrepreneurial endeavors, and high-profile celebrity feuds, has recently stirred controversy with serious allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. 50 Cent accused Diddy of engaging in deeply disturbing conduct, including the exploitation of his adopted daughter. These claims have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, igniting heated discussions about power dynamics, morality, and exploitation within the celebrity world.
Mogul, superstar, actor, philanthropist 50 Cent gives his thoughts and reactions to P. Diddy. He also sells Netflix his documentary, the Diddy documentary, for millions of dollars, and gives his reactions on that. Now, as we all know, 50 Cent has been spearheading the whole No Diddy campaign for a long, long time. He said ever since back in the day, Diddy made a pass on him, tried to take him shopping, tried to have him all in his business, take him out and stuff like that. And it was just a whole weird vibe. And ever since then, 50 Cent has been saying that P. Diddy has been suspect, and he's been doing some fuddy-duddy stuff. Well, since 2023, the end of 2023, things have been coming out about P. Diddy, and 2024, this past weekend in May, they dropped this video on P. Diddy where he is snuffing Cassie, he's kicking her, he's dragging her, and things are not looking good for Sean Puffy Combs. They gave him the key to the city in New York. They're talking about taking that away. And like I said, 50 Cent has this whole Diddy, No Diddy documentary that he has sold to Netflix for millions of dollars. Well, 50 Cent goes to his Instagram and gives this reaction. He says, TMZ used this fat boy picture of me because their doc went to Tubi. LOL. It's okay, guys. We're all making good television. Mine just happens to be the best. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if the victims keep coming out, I'm going to need more episodes. 50 Cent also continues to say, okay, TMZ, put up a 2024 picture, baby. Let's work. Now, all of these are comments from 50 Cent on this whole Diddy situation. Everyone is going at Diddy's head, and then he gave this fake apology that nobody's really feeling. The only reason he apologized is because he got caught. If that video never came out, remember, he was the same guy talking about attention. I didn't do any of this. I'm innocent. All these folks are all making these allegations that everything is false, blah, 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 blah. Then to come out with your apology after the video surfaces, nah, that was a fake-ass apology, and Diddy, you need your ass whooped just like you did her. Nation, what do you think about 50 Cent's comments on selling his Diddy documentary to Netflix for millions of dollars? What do you think about this whole Diddy Cassie situation? Do you think P. Diddy is going to be able to recover? Nation, let me know in the comments section down below. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.
50 Cent and Diddy stand as two of the most iconic figures in hip-hop. 50 Cent, celebrated for chart-topping hits like In Da Club, has expanded his influence far beyond music, creating a business empire that encompasses television, film, and consumer products. Meanwhile, Diddy, a legendary music producer and entrepreneur, is renowned for his role in shaping the careers of countless artists and founding Bad Boy Records, a label that became a cornerstone of the music industry.
After a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, you know, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, you know, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, you know, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know. I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. Look, they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So, yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime.
The relationship between 50 Cent and Diddy has been defined by rivalry and public feuds, with both frequently exchanging jabs through social media, interviews, and even their music. However, 50 Cent's latest allegations mark a significant escalation in their ongoing conflict. His claims focus on Diddy's adopted daughter, Chance Combs, accusing Diddy of exploiting her for personal and business gain. According to 50 Cent, Diddy has allegedly used Chance inappropriately to advance his own interests, raising serious ethical and legal concerns.
Orlando Brown said Diddy's not going to jail. He said,
I can understand why he would say that.
Yeah. Can you break that down a little bit more? Why you think he said
Well, considering that the is selling his own evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder. Why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes of all the just terrible? Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes, and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark fucking coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
You see movies like Hostel. Do places like that really exist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do the things that go on in places like that exist?
Absolutely.
Shit. It's funny because...
There are 3 women I know right now in my life. They've been in my life for 6 years. I've been caring for them for 3 years.
In a series of interviews and social media posts, 50 Cent has elaborated on his accusations against Diddy. He alleges that Diddy has involved Chance in situations unsuitable for her age, using her as a pawn in his business dealings. These claims suggest a troubling pattern of behavior that, if true, would represent a serious violation of parental and ethical duties. The public and industry response to 50 Cent's allegations has been divided. Some dismiss the accusations as just another example of 50 Cent's penchant for stirring up feuds and seeking attention, while others have voiced concern, calling for a thorough investigation into the matter.
I got them off of Epstein Island. I cannot say where they are in the world. What I can say is when they got into the boat, they were roughed.
Wow.
Want to know how they ended up on Epstein Island?
Please.
They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, They had to show and turn over their ID, and they collected their passports, and then they drugged them. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting fucked by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
Wow.
After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos, shoots, as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims. And then after that, that's when they were shipped off to Epstein Island to be broken in and to be readied for Dubai and Moscow. When they got into the boat, and I looked at them, they didn't have to tell me shit. And neither one of them, none of them, they didn't speak for weeks. But when you spend time with strangers and they finally feel safe enough to go to sleep and then they start talking in their sleep and you hear the shit that they yell.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because as you sit here and we talk about hostile and
These 3 girls that I'm telling you about were in videos that are being played online today. And they appeared in those videos after they had already been sodomized, systematically beaten, starved. But they were smiling in those videos, though.
Supporters of 50 Cent contend that, despite his track record of controversial remarks, his allegations should not be dismissed without consideration. They argue that his decision to speak out on such a serious matter suggests there may be some truth behind the claims. However, critics urge caution, pointing to 50 Cent's history of personal grudges and public provocations, suggesting that his statement...
Yeah, it's crazy because, you sit here and, we got your story before where you actually said you seen what a saw does to human flesh, like having a saw. I mean, we got Terrence Gangster in the building too as well, and he literally said he's seen the same thing, what he's seen a saw, what it does to human flesh. And I'm like, I don't know what it does to a person's mind or a psyche when they see that in person.
It changes you.
Like,
it changes you. There is a place inside of me where I have the ability to either see a human body as a human being or just pieces.
Now, Jack, you said Justin Bieber, and I have to ask you because there's a picture circulating online where they show
He's
Justin.
the new Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, they show him crying.
He's the new Tevin Campbell.
You're almost giving him a gateway to speak his truth of what happened. Because
I wish Tevin Campbell would speak to him or for him. Because the same thing that they did to him, they're doing to Bieber right now. And I have evidence. That poor kid. And all because he got discovered by Usher. And then Usher took him right over there to the diddler. And let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. So let me ask you this, because you did the domino effect with Rook, and you said something in which you mentioned that you've seen the devil. You've seen him.
Yeah.
From your experiences, have you seen him enact his ways within a human being where you've seen a devil in a person come out?
Absolutely. And I've seen him in real time.
What?
When you're being raped, if you're brave enough to look into your rapist's eyes, I promise you'll see nothing. Nothing. There is no human there. It's almost like they're in a trance. You can talk to rapists and they'll tell you.
Diddy has yet to provide a detailed public response to 50 Cent's allegations. He has previously denied similar accusations and insists that he upholds high ethical standards both personally and professionally. His representatives frequently emphasize his character, his role as a father, and his significant contributions to the music industry as evidence of his integrity.
Even in that moment, there is a space where they lost their self. They don't even remember. It's possession of the flesh. To watch a person give up utter control of themselves and allow that energy to come in. I stared at a man raping me, choking me, and I saw nothing. And that's when I knew this isn't a person anymore. Which is why the idea of picking that knife up and slitting his fucking throat didn't bother me at all. That wasn't a person anymore. There wasn't a person in there. You want to know what's really fucked up?
Sure.
Can you imagine if every artist that's ever been goddamn violated decided to settle their own score? How many dead bodies would we be cleaning up?
So that takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation would be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period. It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
If 50 Cent's allegations prove to be true, they could send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Such behavior would not only be deeply disgraceful, but could also have significant legal and ethical consequences. Exploiting a minor, particularly by a prominent public figure like Diddy, would likely lead to serious legal actions and repercussions.
About a plane crash and what happened leading up to it. Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like
why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm going to ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later.
Answer.
9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Hey.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her. What the fuck?
Oh.
Would you need a nigga don't ask for that? And Diddy had Hype Williams the balls. Belly was a money pit.
Without question.
And Jay-Z got 10 free videos out of Williams. And Hype didn't work for free.
Ugh.
If evidence supports 50 Cent's claims, the repercussions could include criminal charges, lawsuits, and significant penalties. An investigation, if initiated, could involve Child Protective Services, law enforcement, and potentially lead to a highly publicized court case. These allegations also raise broader ethical and parental concerns. As a father, Diddy has a responsibility to protect and care for his children, ensuring their safety and well-being. Exploiting a child for personal gain would represent a severe breach of these duties. The media plays a vital role in shaping public perception of such allegations. While sensational coverage can sometimes overshadow the gravity of the claims, responsible journalism is essential in uncovering the truth and holding those in power accountable. The way this story is covered will significantly influence how the public views the situation. The outcome of these allegations could have long-lasting effects on Diddy's career and reputation. Even unproven accusations can harm public perception, resulting in the loss of endorsements, business opportunities, and professional connections. Social media has amplified the reach of 50 Cent's allegations, with platforms like Instagram and Twitter allowing him to communicate directly with the public, bypassing traditional media filters. This direct access accelerates the spread of information but also makes it harder to separate fact from fiction. As a result, social media reactions have been quick and intense, further escalating the controversy.
I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about it because Al B. Sure just came out of his coma, and I've been talking to Al, and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Oh, wow. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant.
Yeah.
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead.
That's big.
Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al Almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning. Come on. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason.